If you had gone to Babylon in the days of Daniel and you said, I'm looking for Daniel, they'll say, oh, you are looking for that politician. They didn't see Daniel as a prophet. Why? Because in our own parlance, Daniel woke up every morning to resume in Asorok. Have you ever thought about Daniel? Daniel, who was Daniel? If you were to describe Daniel, you probably would say Daniel was a prophet, right? Or Daniel was what? An apocalyptic seer, a writer. But let me let you in on this. If you had gone to Babylon in the days of Daniel and you said, I'm looking for Daniel, they'll say, oh, you are looking for that politician. Eh? They didn't see Daniel as a prophet. Why? Because in our own parlance, Daniel woke up every morning to resume in Asorok. Daniel was not resuming in the church office. You call Daniel on phone. Daniel says, I can't speak now, I'm with my boss. Say, man of God, you have a boss? Say, you don't understand. Hey, yeah. Is somebody with me? You're not getting it. Daniel was anointed to be a prophet, but what God wanted to do had to be done in the palace. So God needed to raise a man who had everything of God, everything of the anointing, everything of the agenda, but without the paraphernalia of a prophet. So he arrived in the palace. They say, we are looking for children filled with wisdom. They say, this is one of them. He entered into the palace as a spy. Hey. Is somebody with me? Then God began to do things. And I'm sure one day Nebuchadnezzar would have said, who brought a strange God here? They said, no strange God. They checked all of them, including Daniel. They didn't see anything strange about him. Because Daniel will not come to the palace saying, that was not his style. His style was to come to the palace. If it just looks like this, he can see God. Because God is not necessarily in what we say, God is in who we are. And when they said they are going to do the decree, Daniel went back. By Daniel chapter 6, he was the president of the presidents. He was the ear of God in the palace. In this generation, God is raising more Daniels. More of the people that will carry the prophetic oil, the calendar of God, the agenda of God. There will not be people in the church. Some of them will be staff in Asorok. Some of them will be politicians. If you don't understand what God is doing, don't ask him to quit politics. Let us be kingmakers. People who will increase our capacity. And God can discuss other things with us that are not what you call ministry. We have defined ministry to be people who hold the microphone. Some of the people in your church are already in ministry. They are apostles in the marketplace. Don't counsel them to quit. Some of our ministries are poor today because all the support system God has raised for us that should be in the business, they are now resuming church. We are now looking for salaries to pay them. What will you do after now? You are going to have a meeting with all of them. And you're going to tell them it's time for them to go back to their calling. They are to go out there, represent God, bring the money back here so that there will not be pressure on the Levites. Shout hallelujah.